You've met Fonzie before. He's a sweet boy.
He's a sweet guy. Seems like a sweet
boy. Look at that little face. He's from Philly.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's Philly trash. Yeah, go Birds. Yeah, big weekend for you. That's exciting. Are you going to celebrate in Philly or are you going to be here? You're watching in Philly.
Did they win the Super Bowl?
No, the Super Bowl's coming up, sweetheart.
Oh, when San Fran lost, I thought of you.
Thank you.
I literally thought, I went, this bitch is crying.
Yeah, I was crying at the second half because we were down. We lost 4 quarterbacks, amazingly enough.
We should wait to talk about this.
No, it's on. We're starting.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, we're recording.
Because I wonder if it's equal, you crying for San Fran losing is equal to, who's crazier? You crying for San Fran losing or me crying when Iron Man died in Endgame?
I think everybody cried when Iron Man died.
Really?
It was a very moving scene. And it was a big sacrifice. It was a whole buildup. It was like a 7-movie series for him to just die.
Yeah, well, let me one up you then. Okay,
Spoiler.
Who's crazier? You crying during San Fran losing in the playoffs or me crying during Thor Love and Thunder on the plane yesterday? After the second time I watched it.
That's you. That's you. Okay? That is for sure on you.
Okay.
Love and Thunder. Is that with Natalie Portman?
She is in it. And look, people shit on that movie. It's great. I don't care what anyone says. It's good. It's great. I don't get it.
Okay.
I don't get why people are...
Okay.
It's good. I don't understand.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't like Marvel movies, you're probably not going to like it.
Okay.
But Taika Waititi, I love everything he does. It's not as good as Ragnarok, but it's really good. I don't know. He has there's like these kids die and there's kids in it. Maybe because I have a kid now that I'm really emotional towards that shit.
You're very into it.
I'm very like, dude, I started bawling when my man lost his daughter in the opening sequence. Did you see it? No. Oh, in the opening sequence, the whole thing is about the villain, his daughter dies.
Oh.
And so like it's Christian Bale too. Opening sequence, I'm crying on a plane and looking around like people are seeing that I'm watching Thor, Love and Thunder, and I'm crying on this plane. And there was a woman that I was trying to cheat on my wife with that was sitting next to me. I'd thrown my ring at the pilot before I was like, hell this man. And she saw me, though that was out.
Yeah. I mean, it was...
It was never a chance.
No, you're a handsome fella.
Don't support me trying to cheat on my wife or talking about it on a podcast.
Yeah, no, don't cheat on your wife. She's very wonderful.
She really is.
Yeah, she really got a knockout.
I know.
You did great, and you created just the perfect child. But I was on the plane, and I was sitting there watching a movie, and then I looked over, and someone was watching The Blind Side.
Right.
And then I got emotional watching their movie with no sound. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Okay. Yeah. It's just when they hug and they're like, we're proud of you. You know, like that's where I cry when like parents are like, you did something.
Am I tell me, Kate, that's what people don't know this about you and I, but I like to use you to see a crazy check, to see if what I did was crazy a lot.
Okay.
Answer this. Am I crazy?
Great.
On the flight to Vegas where I was going, I noticed both people are watching my show. I was watching The Office, and I saw them both watching. So I just put captions on so they could read it. And then the girl next to me goes, like, gave me a look.
What?
It gave me a look like I was like being a weirdo. And then I looked at the guy, and he just pretended he wasn't watching. But I'm like, I'm not a weirdo. You guys were watching my show. I made it a thing. We're all together.
We're a family now.
We're all family now.
We're all a family.
Right.
Well, I did you a favor.
Right. I know. I see you watching.
You want to know what Dwight's antics are. And here they are. I'm helping you out.
Right.
Yeah. It's better than being like, hey, you want an earbud? That's creepy. That's insane. Here, get in on this earbud.
Or I just started whispering like, he said this, and this. Oh, Michael's at it again. You're never going to believe what he said this
Sandals.
time.
What
Jan's
a resort.
a hooker. Yeah.
Jan is a hooker.
Jan is a hooker.
little bit. I never liked her, but the actress is great.
She is great.
Really well.
But that's the thing. When they had, in retrospect, it's great.
Yes.
But when it was happening and watching Jan, you were like, no, man, like Michael is a good guy. Like you didn't want him to have her. But all of that, you can't meet your Holly until you go through your Jan.
Yeah.
And we had to go through.
Oh my God.
We had to go through Jan.
Put it on a card.
He had to go through Jan Levinson in the show. I don't know if they knew they were doing that from the beginning. Yeah. But like when he met Holly, and we all loved Holly.
Yes.
He had to go through Jan first.
Yes.
And it makes it way better.
Yes, it's absolutely true. It's the triumph. It's the same with Pam and Jim
Halpert. John Halpert.
John Halpert?
It's Jim. It could be John.
It's Jim. Yeah, Jim and Pam.
Jim and Pam.
But
I'm saying John could be his full name, but sorry.
John is his real name, the actor's name.
Yeah, but I think John is also Jim. I think.
No, Jim.
Short for James. I think sometimes John.
Nope.
Fonz.
There's absolutely no way. John is Jim.
I think sometimes.
John. No, there's no way.
What's short for John? Johnny? That's longer. That doesn't make sense.
John.
Joe?
John is the shortest name you could have.
John.
Jon.
Jim.
John.
Are you saying Jim? I'm going to say John. Same time. We'll see who's done first. John.
Jim.
You were done first. That's crazy. Come on.
I never introduced you. This is Greg Stone, everybody. Greg Stone and I. You're witnessing our drives home to Astoria, from the cellar to Astoria every night. This is what happens.
With one caveat.
Jim!
That me literally going, is this fucked up what I did?
Yeah.
And you going, well, I mean, you could have not.
Just me talking Greg out of a spiral. Being like, should I quit? I don't know. Fuck.
It is technically a slur, Greg, just so you know, technically. But I know you didn't mean it like that.
I've only had to say that twice.
Anyway, we have fun.
No, we have fun. We have a good time. You've been on this podcast before, and you told a great story about the first time you ever got drunk and you met Michael Bolton.
Right.
So if you want to go back and listen to that episode, there's no video. I'm sorry.
This is back. We did this on my porch.
On your porch during COVID.
Mm-hmm. That was fun.
There was no baby.
When I did that podcast, I went, Kaylin and I should be doing a podcast together.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
I know. And I'm waiting for this one to die. And then the podcast that I'm doing with your fiance to die.
Yeah.
And then we'll start.
Okay,
ours.
perfect.
I have to go through my Jan.
Yeah.
My new podcast I'm starting with your husband is going to be my Jan Levinson.
Yeah. This is my the guy from the workshop or from the.
It wasn't Daryl. Daryl was the other guy.
No, Daryl. Yeah.
Pete? Corby. Callister.
I don't know, but he stunk.
He did.
He stunk.
I always think he's Chris Pratt, but he wasn't. Chris Pratt.
No, he wasn't. He was the Chris Pratt knockoff. But I think he's still doing very well, that actor.
I think that actor was before Chris Pratt.
I think you're right.
So Chris Pratt was a knockoff who did better.
But now Chris Pratt is fucking crazy.
He is great. He's crazy?
He's crazy.
As
He's a
human?
big old Christian boy.
That doesn't make you crazy. It just means you're stupid.
Oh, my goodness.
Fuck you, people. Fuck you. No, I'm kidding.
And that's the podcast. Thank you so much.
I know. When him and what's-her-name broke up, I was very sad. I
know.
never take the woman's side. And I was like, I think she was probably the not crazy one.
Yeah. Well, he also said something like he did like a tribute post to his current wife, who is just Schwarzenegger. And I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. That is a slur.
My camera one? I'm going to have to go. I have a child.
But he was like, happy birthday to this woman. Everybody should get a woman like her because she looks up to me. She does this for me. She's great. She does, like, basically being like, she gave me a healthy child. And
oh my God.
he was fucking, it was like, oh, this is not about her at all. This is about you.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a total narcissist. He's a crazy boy.
See.
But then, of course, what actor isn't, you know?
A narcissist? Me, I act.
Yeah, but you're not Chris Pratt
videos.
acting. You're not in Marvel movies. You're crying in Marvel movies. You're a little humbler than Chris Pratt. You're crying on a plane.
Also, calling myself an actor, spitting in the face of every actor. I've been in some IG videos.
Yeah, you have. You've made you were a landlord.
Yeah, I was a landlord. I played
in a sketch he wrote.
Green Lantern in a sketch I did in 2004. And I was too fat to fit in the suit. I was too fat to fit in the suit. And I did the sketch, and then a few months later, not even, it was a little while later, maybe like a year later or something, SNL did a very similar sketch.
Really?
And I got very mad. Not that I think they saw it. I think they saw it.
I think there's a lot of writers who see a lot of things, and I think they have a lot of pressure on them.
I've heard that, and I was kind of like, but there's no way. But I'm like, I don't know, man. The sketch was good. It was, can I just tell you the premise?
Yeah, go ahead.
Anthony DeVito, good friend of the show.
Sweet boy.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod.
He's also drinking with Train. Go listen to that episode. You guys just drinking with musical guests.
We get hammered good. The whole sketch was Anthony played Green Arrow. I played Green Lantern.
Great.
And the idea is that Green Arrow, for his birthday, it's Green Arrow's birthday. I buy him a gun. I'm just like, he's guy shoots arrows. And it's like, how many you got? He's like, 12? Like, that's nothing. I bought you a gun. And Green Arrow's married. He's like, oh, I'm an arrow guy. And it's like, a gun beats everyone. Like, you're done.
Yeah.
And then they came out later and did the same sketch about Hawkeye, not with the gun, but it kind of like, how many? I never watched the sketch because I was so mad. But someone told me, it was like, dude, they took your sketch. I'm pretty sure they did.
All right.
I don't know.
Let's fucking sue. Let's Amazon that shit. Okay, that was a callback to nothing. Anyway,
yeah. I gotta get out of here.
No, you don't. You love me. Okay, so do you have any other drinking stories besides Michael Bolton? I just like
Drinking
talking to you. That's why I
stories?
brought you back.
Drinking stories.
Drinking stories. Hit that high note.
They're more high stories now. 'Cause
Oh,
I slowed down
great.
on my drinking because I didn't want to cheat on my wife.
Good for you. See, look at him playing with the ring. On and off. On. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. Take it out. I'm the only girl here. You can't fuck Fonzie. Not yet. What?
Know where I got these from? I'll tell you this.
Where?
So I always lose my wedding ring, not because I'm trying to cheat on my wife, and I
Okay.
constantly just throw them into the air.
Yeah.
I tell my wife pigeons take them. Another bird took it off my hand. But I don't like the way they feel when I go to sleep as well. So I just take them off and end up like losing them. My real wedding ring is too big, so I just put that aside and I bought a bunch of rubber ones. Anyway, I was in Vegas, and you can get so many fake rings in Vegas because people are just getting married. I bought 32 wedding bands.
Wow. 32?
No, I was 5 or 6.
5 or 6? That's still a lot of wedding bands.
This is why I can lose them and not care.
Well, you should care. It's your wedding band.
No, but my real wedding band is in my closet.
Okay.
with
Where it
my
belongs.
sexuality. How you doing? How you doing, folks? I'm a gay man. In the
Wait.
closet.
Where's the camera?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. What? Yeah.
I broke my engagement ring.
Really?
Yeah, I broke it.
Hi.
Steve says I she-hulked it off of my body.
I'm telling you, I know what you were doing.
Yeah, I
You were
don't know.
at Chippendales and someone wrestled it off you.
Yeah. Yeah, I lost 15 pounds. Men are all over this now. But yeah, it just like broke. It like snapped in half, and we have to mail it in, and I'm very nervous about this postal service
Why do you have to mail it in?
because they have to fix it.
Can't you just take it to somewhere around here?
Oh, well, I thought so, but they're like, nope, mail it in. And I was like,
Mail it
"Ugh." That makes me so nervous. I love that ring. It's like, can't I just solder it onto my finger?
You can.
Yeah, I think I might.
Get
but it is
Velcro.
rose gold. Velcro. I started getting caught on things.
I
so
bet
that's
you
why.
someone can mail it in. I'm sure it's fine.
I mean, they'll fix it for free. It's
Oh,
their,
okay.
Yeah, so they'll fix it, and it'll be fine. But I have anxiety
Maybe
about
if
it.
you didn't have this lavish studio, you could afford to get a ring fixed.
Okay. It is nice,
It's
right?
nice. It
I
is.
know. I spend money where I really want to succeed.
Yeah, me
In my
didn't either.
podcast, not my marriage.
That took me a second. I should have
I
been
know.
on that.
I know.
I should have been on that.
I was like, God damn it! I really gotta spell it out for him. Jesus. Oh,
Yes, I bought a bunch of rings because I was excited to
Good.
now because I like to wear it sometimes, but I usually wear a rubber one,
yeah.
and the rubber ones kind of rip, but the rubber
Oh, I
ones
see.
feel the best because you can't
Yeah.
tell and you don't like. I hate this, and can I tell you a big fear?
Yeah.
Because I used to work in the ER, and I would constantly see. This is why I hate wedding rings. I'd constantly see people come in with like broken arm or something, and then their fingers swell up, and they have to cut the ring off. And nothing freaks me out more than like a swollen finger, and you can't get like a
Oh.
ring on, or it starts like I don't know why that just weirds me out.
Yeah, that's
So I like the
freaky.
rubber ones because it's like they won't like.
Didn't Jimmy Fallon like rip off his finger?
Yeah, that's because he's a wild alcoholic. Like he was like drunk and did it. Like he like slammed it into a thing.
Well, I don't care how he did it, but
Right.
like that's what happened.
That was just a dig on Fallon because of what he did to my mother.
What did he do to your mother?
I never told you the story.
No.
Jimmy Fallon R'd my mom.
Ard? Greg, you can't be saying this shit. What was that?
What? Rated her on a website on uglymoms.com. Just kidding.
You're a wild man. Oh my God.
Well, you should have given me a coffee with so much energy in it. I'm kidding. He did not rate my mom at a website.
Yeah, you heard it here first, folks. Jimmy Fallon has never even seen Greg's mom.
Everything I do is to watch your face explode. I love this. I'm never this. I always just see you and go and say, then you just go, nah! It's our entire relationship. Is me say something too far to you.
All right, so
Right.
let's hear some of these high stories. Because you smoke weed,
I
but
do
you
that.
haven't for a while, have you? Are you giving up for February
I
still?
gave up for February, but starting today
Okay.
because I was smoking weed in Vegas.
How was Vegas? Did you have a nice time?
Pass.
You did not have a nice time.
Have you been there?
Yeah.
Right. So the
Vegas
club,
in the wintertime is rough.
yeah, the club, the shows were great,
Yeah.
but I was there for 8 days, and my kid learned to walk
Oh my
while
God.
I was in Vegas,
No.
like a fucking
no.
Bob Seger song.
No.
I was in Vegas when my child learned to walk.
The cats in the cradle.
Yeah.
And oh God.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry,
Right?
Greg.
Isn't that like a thing?
Oh, did she FaceTime you?
She
or-
did. Well, she didn't FaceTime me when it like after it kind of started happening.
Yeah.
I got the second one. I didn't really get I got his first steps. His like first 1, 2, 3 was me, but like him walking.
No, that's great. First steps, that's big moment.
I mean,
that's the biggest moment. That's him realizing he can do it.
No,
that's him, and he needs his daddy there because my daddy says I can do anything, and I'm taking steps.
I can't show that on video, but
oh my God!
There he goes.
Oh,
and then he gets up, and he goes again. Look.
Oh my goodness!
First steps while my kid was in Vegas. Oh, and you can't tell. Oh, where am I? There's a video. There's a picture.
Oh, he's almost crying and then laughing and then crying and then laughing. It's very cute.
There's a different video with me. That's me FaceTiming, and you can see me literally. That's me. Yeah, this is the first steps, and that's me literally crying. I don't know if you can see. I'm like,
oh
just starting to bawl.
Goodness!
But those are his first steps.
Oh my goodness, you are crying like a little bitch.
Like a little fucking bitch.
What are you, a wife?
What am I, white? White people cry a lot.
I said wife.
You said white.
No, I didn't.
What are you, some kind of white
I
man?
know you're not white. You're Italian.
Oh, don't even get me started. I'm not going to say much, but just so because I hate when people do this on podcasts.
Yeah.
Caitlin and I were sitting down.
Uh-huh.
Someone sat down at the table and accused and said, how come Italians don't think they're white? And then just started like yelling at us. Literally 2 sentences in, Caitlin goes, well, I got to go. And literally just left me to get yelled at by this woman who just started to just berate me for thinking white people aren't Italian, even though I've never said that in my life.
Yeah.
It's not a thing I ever thought about or care about. Fonz, you Italian? That's what I'm talking about. 3 Ginzos in here.
3 Ginzos.
I love that. I feel safer.
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. One of us we have a knife. Someone's got a knife in here. We're going to save ourselves from something. Chances are one of us is going to kill each other, but that's okay.
Right.
I already gave Fonzie the money, so he can't kill me. All right?
You give him the money?
I give him the money.
Do you give him the money in an envelope and do you just pass it along?
No.
That's how you should.
I go like this, and I say, take off your shirt. Earn it.
That's not how Italians take money. That's how Puerto Rican women take money. Is that dirty?
Stop getting me in trouble. This is a wholesome podcast.
Italians take money in an envelope, under a table, or, palmed. Every ethnicity takes the money a different way.
Oh, we should talk about your Corden.
Oh, right. Sure. Sorry.
No, we're not going to talk about Puerto Ricans.
Just kidding.
It's not.
What?
Okay.
Well, that was a bit. It's a generalization. It's not a real thing. I mean, what do you want to do with myself? Just trying to make people laugh.
I should have got him the water. I should have got him the water.
You should have. I told you I needed water because I'd already had a coffee, and now I'm flying through space, and anything will come out of this mouth. Anything. And we live in a time where you can't say anything because of the fucking libs. The libs ruined it.
Don't take another sip. Suck on an ice cube.
But it's so good.
It is very good.
It's really good coffee.
I know. It's from downstairs.
What the hell does that mean? Your pussy?
Jesus.
Sorry. Christ. I'll say anything. I'll say anything about anything.
I mean, it is nut juice.
That's offensive.
Nut milk?
Seriously? Nut juice? I can't be on this podcast anymore. I can't do this. She's too offensive. Libs.
I can't breathe. It's too much. I'm getting sweaty.
What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Neither do I.
Oh, Vegas, smoking weed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got sad
okay.
because, we got put down a real sad. My child's moving on without me, even though you're home with him all the time.
Oh, yeah.
You just happen to miss the one momentous.
That's the thing. Like, I have not been going on the road at all because I'm just trying to be around my son. And I love it. It's like I love him so much. And I love, like, being a dad. It's crazy. Yes. I was thinking about this kind of today. This is kind of a weird thing. It's not funny at all. But I was realizing why people might not want to have kids. When you get a kid, what it really does is love his pain. Have you ever heard this?
Yes.
I never really understood that until I had a kid because I was invulnerable until I had a kid.
Yeah.
Now that I have a kid, I go, holy shit, all I am is worried. And like now I'm in pain. The love that I have for this kid actually just makes me scared all the time and fearful. And now something can be taken from me.
Yeah.
And so then I'm like, oh, this is kind of why I think when you get older, you start to give a shit a little bit less about your parents. And I think that's because your body's going, we're going to be really sad when they die. So let's just start liking them less so it doesn't hurt when they go. It's like fucked up, but I think that's kind of what's happening.
What a bummer.
Yeah, what a bummer. What a wild bummer. I'll say anything. Funny, sad as hell. Anyway, Vegas.
Because I feel sad when I leave my cats.
Right.
And That's not a child. That's just a cat. So I can't imagine having a child. Like I was like, my cats are alone right now. I wonder if Ronan's taking care of them. And I like get very upset. And I just imagine them sitting alone in the cold, being like, there's no sunlight in here, or getting trapped in the bathroom. And I'm like, oh my God. So
with my kid, with the kid, you go, all you want is you just think, oh, he's going to be perfect. Everything's going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
But then you go, oh no, look at all the shit that happened in my life. And I survived.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hope to God he survives the shit that I had to go through. Like, I had a pedophile on my block that we had to get away from. Thank God I didn't I dodged that bullet. We had like, Jesus Christ, we almost got jumped by like 30 dudes came out of Newark. Like, I have all these like stories of like almost dying.
Yeah.
And like lucky to be alive.
Yeah.
And then you go, oh, there's nothing I can do that's going to happen to my son as well. But he's going to, hopefully I give him enough tools to get through it. But like, that's all I think about all day is like, I'm like scared that something happens that like just doesn't kill him, just fucks him up for the rest of his life. And I'll never know. Every woman I know is rated on a website by Jimmy Fallon. Every woman I know is ard. So like, what the fuck? I don't want to put a kid in this world.
Well, you already did.
Well, too late. I got another one coming in June.
Yeah. He's got double whammy.
I know. Two
well,
boys, thank God. At least I could do the rating on Jimmy Fallon's website.
Jesus Christ.
That's a
Greg
horrible.
Stone.
Oh, was that bad? I just kind of was speaking without thinking. Yeah, you're right. I don't want him to R. No, I don't. Of course, I'm going to teach him about. I already started teaching him about consent.
Okay, quick.
I did. I'm not even kidding.
Good.
Well, no, because like when I go to hug
you
him, if he
gotta
pushes,
ask for your snacks.
No, dude, like no. If he touches people, we go no. I know he's very young for that, but like, and if I go to hug him and he pushes me away, I respect it. Let him know that he's in control of his body, and that if he wants to do things to other people's body, he needs to. It's not right. You don't touch other people's bodies without their permission. I think it's just like off the. I didn't get that shit when I was little. Like, you know, and there was a joke there to be made. I didn't. Okay, moving on. Like uncles having to hug your uncles.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Now you know it's like, oh no, if someone I went to hug a kid like 2 or 3 years ago, and it was my sister-in-law, and she was like, no, if they don't want to hug you, we don't make them. And I went, what? And then she went, think about it. And I went, oh my God, you're right. She was like, think of all the fucking people you were forced to hug and kiss when you were little. That you should not. It's your own body. You should not have to do that. And I went, oh wow, I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Anyway,
I'm going to do a hard left turn.
Yeah, go ahead. You got to steer me. I give you 1,000. You just got to push it. Whichever way you push it. That's why this is your fault. All the things I said are your fault because I'm going 1,000.
How dare you? How dare you put that on me? A woman. That's victim blaming. Okay.
That's those of this podcast. You're a victim of Greg.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
too much. Well, Fonz keeps laughing. I just can't stop.
He's a yes-ander. He's having a nice time over there, but he is also like, this will not get monetized on YouTube.
Oh, really?
No, it will.
Oh, because we could do a little extra if you want to cut any of that out.
No. We haven't cursed, have we?
Cursed? That's the issue? Okay. Also, the numbers this pod is going to bring in isn't going to monetize on YouTube either.
I monetized.
You think you're going to make money off the Greg Stone episode?
No.
Right.
I might make like 50 cents.
Maybe. Good for you.
I started getting monetized, and then I was like, okay, here comes the money. And I look at it, and I'm up to like $17. I was like,
that's pretty good.
F this noise.
Right.
And then I still say F.
F. What letter isn't a curse? I got E'd.
Ecstasy?
Well, electronic. Some jokes don't go anywhere.
No.
No, it's like there's F, there's N, there's Ard.
There's S.
Sexed? Slapped.
Shit.
I got shitted?
I got shat.
Never mind. That's the word. Anyway, moving right along. What were you saying? You're pushing me in a different direction. Which way are we going? Oh, I had to finish my story.
Yeah, storytelling.
Stone. So I'll tell you this. This is kind of hilarious.
Okay.
I went to. So I was like going to record a podcast for my because I had to bring my equipment and
in Vegas.
Right. So I'm stoned the whole week.
Okay.
This little guy starts giving me cards and just half naked with phone numbers.
Woo!
And I was like, oh, I guess these are like strip clubs or something. I was like, I'm gonna prank these numbers and then record this podcast. Right?
Yeah.
First of all, if you screen record your phone, it doesn't record the phone conversation as I thought it would.
Oh, so how do you do it?
What?
You have to record.
I had to plug it into the machine, but I didn't bring the machine. So I
Jesus.
I thought I could screen record a phone call and record pranks, but it didn't work that way. So I called these numbers. Turns out, yes, they're prostitutes. And B, once they have your phone number, they're going to continually call you and text you.
Are you serious?
Yep. They go, hey, babe, in Vegas, want to party? And I'm like, no, that was a prank. And then,
It was.
I was getting texts for like,
what was the prank call?
no, you could call and be like, hey, I'm looking to get into weird stuff, you know? And
Like
I was
what?
like, I was like, well, I got a bunch of action figures. I had a bunch of, I did a bunch of, I don't want to ruin them because I'm going to try to recreate these and try to re-record them. But then I'm going to turn my caller ID off, I get. But I did not think about that at all. It's like, oh, now these people are just texting me. That's great. But
Greg Stone,
Right.
how innocent are you that you were just like, yeah, these sex workers are going to think this is hilarious.
all right, yeah, I thought it'd be funny. At least get a couple pranks out of them.
Their life is a
Well,
prank, Greg. Okay.
No, they're Vegas ones, so I think they're like, I don't know. Even
Sex works? They're like sex trafficked people.
I don't think so. They
Yes!
spoke English.
Oh, jeez.
Is that? I think sex trafficked in America mostly is people who don't speak English, right?
No, I think it's like literally people are taken from like middle America.
Really?
Yeah. Or like sold at truck stops.
Now, this is the thing I don't want. Like, this is the saddest thing in the world.
Yes.
So I'd like to just move on before I say something I don't want to say. Because I don't like to. I don't
Yes.
like that's a topic that I don't want to go into. But if we sit here long enough, I'm going to say some things I don't want to say because I don't have control over myself.
Okay,
Because nothing makes me sadder than that. You fucking bitch. I don't have control. I don't. But anyway,
Okay, let's talk about fun stoned
Right.
stories.
I thought it was mostly Chinese people.
Okay,
No, it sounds like I'm being offensive, but I'm not. Like people taken from like China, like to be free, and then they make them work. Because in where we live,
well, it's like China.
there's a ton of
there's-
like.
It's even Middle East, India. It is Russia. It's
Really?
everybody. It's everywhere. It's
Well,
all
the hookers
involved.
that showed up to my door in Vegas did not look
Oh,
like they
you
were.
stop it right now.
Just kidding.
He takes off his ring. It's like I shoved my ring somewhere in my body. You got to find it.
Right. Oh, I got an invention.
Okay.
This has nothing to do with trans or how people identify. So let's just get that out of the way now.
Great.
Right.
Love to start a segment with that.
A surgery that makes your beehole
Uh-huh.
feel like a vagina, self-lubricating. So I could have a man vagina for my butt. Right? But not because I want to be a woman, just because why not add that on? You know what I mean?
Like
A second pleasure hole.
it
Well, I
is
only
a
have one
second.
pleasure hole. For you, it's yours is your second.
Yeah.
But I mean, for me,
It is a pleasure hole. Isn't your
Nah,
prostate up there?
yeah, but like it does if it lubed itself up, you know, like a vagina, that would be great. You know what I mean?
But then you would just be seeping. You'd have like a little bit of diarrhea every time.
Is that what women have?
Well, no, because we don't poop out of our vaginas.
Oh, the poop thing. Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some workarounds. People will
I'm
figure
just
that
the
out.
ideas guy.
Yeah, I mean,
All
yeah,
right,
you
that's
fixed it.
You do the troubleshooting. I'm the ideas
Yeah.
guy. I get 20%.
I think that isn't a thing I wanted to say out loud. But yeah, it's just what I was thinking about on the way here. Anyway, what else you got? You want to go to my ideas vault, or do you have topics?
Do you have any stone stories that are funny? Have you ever embarrassed yourself?
Are you kidding me? My whole life is an embarrassment. I just embarrassed myself 3 minutes ago.
Yes, you
I
sure
always
did.
am embarrassing myself. It's a constant barrage of just like, this happened. Like this isn't even a great one. This is just what happened a few days ago. Before
Okay.
I went to Vegas on the train, my contacts have just been getting dry, so I'm just blinking a lot. So I'm staring and I'm just going like staring at some woman going, right, and she goes and I was like, a contact. It was like Larry David, a contacts, and I'm like. Fuck, I think people think I'm a fucking weirdo now because I'm blinking all the time because I'm smoking too much weed and my eyes are getting dry. That's just baseline me. Baseline my life is people go, that guy's blinking too much. Anyway. Let me do a bit.
Yeah, do a bit.
Is this offensive?
Let's find out.
Well, this is a bit I'm working on.
Okay.
Right, it's a bit I'm working on because it's my comedy comes from truth, and this is a big truth for me. My inner monologue is, for lack of better words,
Okay.
a black person. And I don't mean by a black person. Where I grew up,
Mm-hmm.
in my primitive years, my prime years, I was raised a block in Newark. So it was mostly Puerto Ricans I grew up with. But that voice in my head, if you heard it, you'd go, he's doing an impression of a black guy, right? But it's not a black guy. It's a Puerto Rican guy, right? That's who raised me. Like wolves, I was raised. And so
don't call them wolves. What are you doing?
No, some people are raised by wolves. I was raised by Puerto Ricans.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean?
Well, we really got to work on that wording.
Yeah. I'm not a words guy. You fix it. I'm an idea man. Right? So like that inner monologue is always like, this motherfucker. But I can't talk like that.
No.
But there's a filter that goes, don't say that. Right?
That's good.
Right. And I block it out.
To have that filter.
But that sucks that guy's in there and society won't let me be him. Because that's who I am.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, it is the N-word. But
no.
the A version.
What is the A version?
See, you're a younger lad than me. Where I was raised, and in my time, and the times have changed. And as an adult, I agree that, no versions are different. The A version and the ER version were different words.
Oh, I see.
And the A version was being thrown around. Everybody was saying it. It was a good time. And then at some point, everyone went, no versions. And I went, no versions. And then they went, and especially from Italians. And I went, all right. And, okay, I made it.
I grew up at a time where it was no versions. No versions. It was never any version. I never even heard the N-word until I went to college.
As like, in like a friend way or just a bad way?
Either.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Everyone I grew up with was consistently saying you ended every sentence with the N-word that ended in an A, not the ER. Everyone.
Never.
And the times, they have changed. And I'll be honest. Yeah, well, I don't want to talk about the N-word. But that in my prime years, that was the voice that was created when I was young. And so you get older and you go, you can't talk like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this motherfucker crazy. Wow. Did I ever tell you how I learned to not say the N-word? Because where I grew up, everybody was saying it. And not like, you're a this. It was like, Ma.
Yes. Yeah, we understand.
Right. Well,
a friendly version.
Right. That was just.
You're a part of the club.
Right. And also, I will say that, like, also maybe just the people I grew up around with. Maybe that was just the 15-block radius in my high school and grammar school. Right? Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
There's whatever reasons. It's just how I was, whatever. So we would always say it. And that's fine, And then I get into high school and I meet my first like real white friend. Because all the white kids I grew up with were like, they were white, but they were like, they didn't have white characteristics.
Yes.
They dressed with like Eminem and all that.
Yeah.
So, and my friend was like, hey, you guys want to go bowling? And I went, bowling? Y'all crazy. Y'all blank crazy.
No, you did
of
not.
Course, but 7th, 8th grade is 97, whatever. And he goes, oh my God, Greg, you can't say that. And I went, no, you can't say that. Like, you don't know how to say that. Like, this is how it's said. You don't know how to use the weapon. This is how it's said. You don't know how, because it would sound weird out of you, but this is where I came from, And he was like, Greg, if you say that and the wrong person hears it, blah, 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 they're going to think this. And even if they don't say anything, they could be hurting people's feelings. Gave me this whole speech. And I was like, oh my God, like, you're right. Like, I never really thought of it that way. It's just that's where I was raised and grew up. And I never, the way you hear me talking now, this is a completely manufactured personality. I was a completely different person up until about 8th grade.
Okay.
Right? Just talked completely different. So I go, fuck, are you right? Like, I was like, I wouldn't want to do that. So I changed. Go home to my friends that I grew up with. And they were like, yo, something, I remember. And I went, what? I went, y'all dudes crazy. And they went, dude? They heard it immediately and started being like, this fucking guy, dude, okay, dude. And they started going, very good, sir. They started calling me sir. My nickname became sir. And they went, very well, sir, maybe we'll meet you at the Tallywagon. Like, they just say all these fucking words that made no sense. Oh, Lois and Clark coming? They would just say some shit. Very well, sir. And they started calling me sir. And that was the minute I became like, I literally became white. Like, I was like, not white, but I was like, oh, like, those days are gone. That was like, for some people, it was 9/11. Like, 9/11 was there. Like, there's a time before and after 9/11. And for some people, it'll be COVID. But for me, it was when I said dudes to my Puerto Rican and black friends. And they were no longer my friends anymore.
They still love you.
Oh, yeah. I still talk to them.
Yeah.
I still call them the N-word.
No, you don't.
I'm just kidding. I'm not even kidding. I call one of my best friends I call on my podcast, and I was like, yo, my man, and I call him, and he literally, I was going to tell him I was recording 10 seconds in, and literally was going to go, hey, man, I'm recording. We want to talk some stories. But I go, yo, he goes, ma, he opens up with my N-word. And I'm like, well, we got to cut that. And he's like, cut that from what? I'm like, this is a podcast. I was going to tell you when we started, but you've already said the N-word. And I don't know if I can have that on my podcast. He's not white, by the way, but
I was going to say, was it the bowling
no.
dude?
No. That's Dr. Mike.
That's Dr. Mike?
Yeah. Best guy in the world.
Oh, sounds like it. If he's giving you speeches about racial inequality at racial sensitivities, I should say.
Became a doctor.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Now you got a doctor friend, so you can really have a time with those action figures.
Sorry. I'm cutting you off.
No, you really just you didn't yes and me at all, and then it made me sound weird. So
No,
thank
what
you
happened
so
was
much. No, I appreciate it.
almost cut you off, and then because I didn't cut you off, I stopped listening. And then your bit just landed.
You really steamroll here, Greg.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, the action figure.
Well, you just let my joke die.
What was the joke about sticking an action figure in my butt? That's
Yeah.
what you thought? Yeah, okay, I've heard
Because you said about it was a callback
To
to
what? it.
earlier when you said you were
My
doing
pussy
prank
butt
calls.
vagina?
No, you said you were doing prank calls
That's a
with.
good callback.
Thank you.
That's hilarious. Good time. Pounded it out. Punch me, physically hit me?
With my left hand, it doesn't count.
All right, that's fair. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's not as hard.
I just hit Tita. It's my left hand, you bitch. Make the pasta right.
She's not making pasta.
No.
No. That's too glutinous. She's a
Oh,
nutritionist.
no, I know where you were going to go. She's not making pasta because she's an Asian fella. Woman. I meant fella as the proverbial.
No, she's not making pasta. She's a nutritionist.
Yeah, you're right. She makes whole wheat pasta from Banza. You know
Oh.
Banza?
No.
They make pretty good whole wheat
Oh, okay.
pasta.
I had pea pasta. P-E-A.
We're not going
I
to
realize
laugh?
that sounds like urine.
We're not going to laugh?
But no.
We're not in a laughing podcast? You had pee? You just
No.
went, I had pee. And I went, she had pee. And we're all just going to sit here and live? So she just said she had pee?
P-E-A.
How much
pasta.
longer is this podcast?
We have
kidding.
like 5 more minutes. No, P-E-A.
Uh-huh.
There's like pea.
Yeah.
It's like not pea gluten, but it's pea
Yeah,
flour.
no, peas.
It's made from peas.
Right.
And so I had it. And it was very dense. I did not care for it.
That's funny.
But I would eat it as a substitute because I don't think my body can have gluten. I literally gave up gluten and dairy, and I've lost 15 pounds in a month.
Right.
Yeah.
That's also
why.
because I think you have cancer.
I do not have cancer. I have all my hair.
You have what?
All my hair.
Your hair doesn't fall out from the cancer. Your hair falls out from the chemo.
Oh.
So you might still have cancer.
Could be a thyroid thing.
Could be a thyroid thing.
I
Also,
have
you
a
might just be
thyroid
gluten allergic.
I mean, I literally stopped having dairy. I would have 2 whole milk lattes a day,
Yeah.
and my body was like, "Ugh," and then I
Right.
stopped doing that for a week, and I had a flat stomach.
Wow.
I know. I mean, I'm still round everywhere else, but my gut, at least, like my
See,
intestines.
my belly is flat, but it goes like circular out, flat in the front, circular back.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's not fun.
I think it's fun.
I'm a fat fuck. and I
You're
should
not
die.
a fat fuck. Don't be so Italian on yourself.
That's
an Italian thing to say. You
what?
fat
You
fuck.
fat fuck. Fat fuck is fun.
Fat fuck is fun.
You fat fuck. You fat bitch. People hate that.
I just got
His-
upset. I was like, oh my God, what are you, my YouTube comments?
My favorite thing to say to somebody is his fat bitch mother. This guy and his fat bitch mother. That guy's fat bitch mother. I don't even know. I never met his mother, but it's fun and it hurts.
Yeah.
You know?
All right.
That's why you say mean things.
No.
It's funny. And it hurts.
We have to tell one high story. Do you have a high story?
One high story.
Yeah. Just a banger. You got one?
I don't know if it's a banger, but
It was
over
fun.
Christmas break, I'll tell you. So
I'll tell you.
I tell you. So we've been trying to stay at my wife's parents' house.
Yes.
We've been trying to stay at my wife's parents' house, but because to get a little help with the kid.
Of course.
Right? But it sucks because Tita goes to bed at 8:00 at night.
Yeah.
We're comedians.
Ha,
We're
ha, ha.
up late.
Yes.
I don't fall asleep till 5 a.m.
Jesus.
That's about right? 2,
Mine's
3?
like 3.
Yeah, okay, either way.
Between 2 and 3, I try and go to bed. Wake
Same.
up at 10.
Same.
Yeah.
But when I'm at Tita's parents' house, Tita's at bed at 8. My options are lay in bed with Tita in the darkness. And if I'm on my phone, she goes, turn your phone off. So I just have to sit there. I just have to sit there in the blackness of night with my thoughts.
Yeah.
Or go into the living room with her parents who do nothing but watch Thai news, right? So I can sit and watch Thai news with her parents.
Yeah.
Or I
Subtitles?
can lay in bed. No, yeah, subtitles in Thai.
Oh, okay.
Which makes
That's
it
rough.
harder.
Yeah. They want you to learn the language.
Yeah. So I was like, over Christmas one, I was like, fuck it. I'm going to take an edible. I'm going to get high as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go watch Thai TV
Yeah.
with her Thai parents.
Okay.
Now, what happens, though, is her mom forgets that I don't speak Thai. She gets comfortable. So they just start talking to me in Thai all the time. So I am sitting there in the background watching Thai TV with her Thai parents. Mom starts talking to me, and I go, holy shit, I understand Thai. I was so stoned that I'm watching going, oh my God, like we're connecting on like this other level, like emotions. Because what are words? They're emotions through sounds. And I'm connecting on the emotions and I'm following it. And then I go, can I speak Thai?
Oh, no.
And I went, maybe you can try to, maybe you picked enough up. Last part, I will tell you this. I'm not going to ham it up. I will tell you the truth. The last part of my body said, do not do this. You do not know Thai. So I went to bed. I woke up the next morning, still a little high. I told Tita, I go, honey, I got so high last night that I understood Thai. And she looks at me and she goes, yeah, or they were just speaking English. And I went, yeah, that's definitely what happened there. They were speaking English, and then I almost did the most racist thing you can do to a person. Attempt their language to their face in their own home. Pretty fucked up. So that's where I was at. They were just talking English. They were just talking English, and I was going, oh, my God, I've got superpowers. Wow. I'm connecting. She was just talking to me. She's literally going, are you hungry? And I'm like, like, it's amazing. I understand you. And you're like, yeah, Greg, I know. And then I almost threw a couple of sounds at them. That'll do it, folks, here on Good Time Gal.
Oh, you shut your whore mouth. You shut it. Oh, God, that was very funny. You can really tell a yarn. I would say that on stage.
No, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's not like I haven't been saying it for the last full week.
Have
and
you?
It is a completely worked out bit. No, I'm kidding.
Is it?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus, Greg.
What? You wanted a story that works.
It worked great. It was a very fun story.
I mean, I podcasted it up a little bit. I added more words.
You added more words?
Yeah, because on a podcast, you add more words. But I've been trying it as a bit.
Okay.
Please, can you cut that part out? I don't want to tell people I'm doing that a bit.
Can you cut that part out,
Just the last
Fonzie?
part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Fonz.
Jesus.
This makes me feel
I don't
uncomfortable.
think he's ever cut out anything
Nah, don't cut it. I
ever
don't give a
once
shit.
for me. No. Cut it out. Because now this is going to be in it, and that's awful. Cut it out.
And when do we
Thank
start
you.
again?
When do we start again?
Now.
Greg, you're so great.
Thanks.
You're such a storyteller.
Thanks for having me.
I can't believe you just thought that off the top of your head. That was such a
Right.
good story.
You got to cut this out. Fonz. I don't know. Leave the whole thing in now.
Keep it all
No, you
in.
gotta leave it all in.
Keep it all in. Where can people find you, Greg?
What?
Where can people...
Why would I want that?
Give me your home address.
After the things I've said?
Yeah.
You can check this out, boys and girls.
Just boys. I only have teenage boys, trolls who follow me, and they're just like, she's a fat Whitney Cummings.
Are you?
Anyway, I feel good.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. And then my
think you're-
feminist followers go, she's a healthy Whitney Cummings.
That's pretty funny. You try
Yeah.
it on stage. Has that been working?
Oh, I have not said it on stage because I'm not a fucking hack.
Why is that a hacky?
I don't know.
It's absolutely true. You're not either of those things. No, it's funny. That was a funny bit.
Okay.
That being said, you can follow me on my Instagram, Greg F. Stone. But also, I'm
Yeah.
doing a podcast
Yep.
that is starting, and it's horrible to promote it because it hasn't come out yet, but it's starting very soon with your fiance,
Yeah.
Ugly Steve Rogers. Sam Evans, has he been on this pod?
Sam Evans has. Yeah.
How many times?
Once.
All right, good. I'm glad I'm on.
Yeah. You're one of the only, I think there's 3 people who've done it twice.
Well, I'm mad that anyone has done it more than me because I think that the 2 episodes we had were probably some of the finest work ever done on podcasting.
That's true.
It's called Save This Pod. It's coming out soon.
Okay.
Because do you know the hook?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they don't.
I know. I was hoping you'd say no, and then I would do it.
Oh, no, I don't know the hook.
Yeah.
What is the hook?
Well, we're starting a podcast, but the powers that be are trying to shut it down if we're not the biggest podcast. So you like the pod, you got to save it.
Okay.
You gotta keep us going because we have 6 months.
6
And
months.
if it's not one of the biggest podcasts in 6 months,
Done.
we're done. We're not doing it anymore. And I'm guarantee we've already done 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And it's so funny.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to subscribe to this just so it exists.
Save the pod.
And so I can save my child so that I can pay for daycare.
Yeah, and hookers.
And hookers. And all of the problems that I've created by saying the things I said on today's episode.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah.
But no, it was fun. It was all in good heartedness.
Sure.
I cannot believe we talked about the N-word for as long as we did.
It was like 3 minutes tops.
Fonzie.
20 minutes. He said 20 minutes, but he's not mic'd up. He went 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Comedically, he
said-
did hilariously.
Yeah, he did a really great job. Timing was awesome. He looked at the paper.
Good timing.
It was
A
very
comedian?
good. No, just a friendly, sweet boy who's learning through the podcasters.
Learning?
Learning.
Learning
Because
what?
he works with all comedians.
Oh, nice.
All right. Well, That's it. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Greg Stone, everybody. Clap him out.
Am I going to leave?
Yeah, fucking go.